Afternoon, everybody. How we doing? I'm here. I'm here. A bit sniffly, funny voice and all the rest of it, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm back. And thanks very much to everybody who put a comment in on my post last week. Much appreciated. Lots of kind words. And yeah, I do miss doing the streams. It felt real strange last Sunday not doing it. I couldn't have done it because I was just coughing continuously. It would not have been enjoyable for anybody, including myself. So I had to knock it on the head last weekend, so apologies for that. There's quite a few in already. We've got Aaron in. I think there's a couple jumped off the top as well. Timothy, hi Timothy. Simon's World, hi Simon. Mac Vision. Max had one of these radios. It's a lovely radio, this actually. Afternoon, Derek. Chris, how are you? Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better. Not a lot, though, to be fair. This thing is hanging around for ages. Mrs. Cruncher's had it for 4 weeks now. She's still not feeling well. I've had it for 2 weeks because I had a sore throat the Sunday before last, and it's just got worse and worse as the days have gone on. I don't know whether I've reached the peak now and I'm going back down the other side. I don't know. I think I am. So fingers crossed it's on the mend. Afternoon, Andrew. Cheers, mate. Aaron. Yes, it looks like Aaron. Robert. Yeah, get in there, mate. Tambly. Hi, Joe. It's catching up. Michael Hyde. Hi, Michael. Rob's in. Hi, Rob. Rob's radio channel, Rob Titheridge. Hi, Rob and Rob. 3 months to Christmas. Yeah, you're right. Soon shot around, isn't it? Danish, how are you, mate? Hi, Mike Cass. Rolf's in. Hi, Rolf. Loan me a RS918 SDR transceiver. Be nice. Let's have a look at. It's catching up. John Hood. Hi, John. Cheers, Chris, for the capacitor fund. Thank you, mate. Ralph said to do a shorter stream. Yeah, we'll see how we go today. I mean, if I start coughing and start getting a bit hot and bothered, then I may pull the plug early, but let's see how we get on. I don't really want to make any plans to fail, so let's just assume that everything's going to go smooth, and we'll crack on and have a good stream. Well, we will have a good stream anyway. Afternoon, Mick. Christian, hi from Germany. Rob, for hoping I'm strong to solder SMDs into a Sony. You don't need to be strong, just not shaky. You don't need to be shaky, Rob. No strength involved. Hi, Bob. All right, mate. Hang on, I just jumped. Don't overtax myself. Yeah, I'll take it easy, mate, for sure. Murat, how are you? Thank you very much. Shortwave Radio Test Channel, hello to you. And welcome. Benji's in. Hi, Benji. Sound gone? Sound's still here. Ralph? Yeah, I think everybody missed me and I missed everybody as well, so. Hoarding, yeah, I know. She's still not right at all. I don't know what's going on. There he is, the man himself. Afternoon, John Hughes and Clint, Oxford Shortwave Log. This is Clint's radio, together with another radio I've got here of Clint's, which is going to be a bit of a minefield, that one. But this one's in my comfort zone, shall we say. I've done a few of these, so hopefully, Clint, we can get this sorted for you, mate. Afternoon, Russie. Dave Malik, hi, Dave. Can I add Turkish subtitles? I think it's on auto subtitles. Shortwave Radio Test Channel. I'm not sure how that works, but my channel's not big enough for them to add all languages yet, I don't think. Oh, it's jumping again. There's a lot in today. So anybody joining from Clint's channel, welcome. And don't forget, if you're not subscribed, there's a link to Clint's channel in my comments section. So jump on in and have a look at what Clint's been doing over there. Lots of shortwave stuff and into amateur radio in recent years as well. Peter Carter, hi Peter. Cyberflyer, hi Cyberflyer. You just changed an HDMI port in an Xbox One. Well done, John. That's not an easy feat. I've never done one, but I've seen it done. Gia, afternoon, how are you? Yeah, Clint's watching surgery on his own radio, so oh, you got something strong there to calm your nerves, Clint, when I go in. Graphics card and an Audio Lab DAC. Nice. Good on, Andre. Afternoon, Brett. Electro Sound. Ballarat. Yeah, feeling a bit better this week, Electro Sound. So I've got some lubrication. In fact, I've got 2 fingers today, so I can take 2 fingers today. But I probably only have 1 because I've got the Abbott. The Abbott's in the house as well, so I better have that. I don't even know where my cameras are set up here at the moment. So where are we? There we are. So I'm sort of set up. I'm sort of set up today. I'm organised of sorts. This is well, that's obviously the beer mug, but this is Clint's radio. Good old ICF-SW55. Good little radio, these. I don't know if they got sync or not. I can't remember from memory, but I know they've got sideband, so they do upper and lower sideband. I can't remember if it's got sync or not. Until we fire it up, I won't know. But some cracking little radios. One of my favourite little radios. I've got 2 of these myself. Neither of which I've recapped yet, which is a bit naughty, isn't it? But I haven't recapped either of them yet. A few shots of Sambuca, yeah, nice. You're recovering an RFM3, Brett, nice. You got 2 fingers as well, Mike. Nice one. Hi, Rich. Wow, sounds good, Rich. And where's the pub? No sync. No, I didn't think there was, Clint. But still a good little radio. You're about 1 minute behind. Yeah, there is a bit of a lag on it. I've got it on normal sync. Not normal sync. Normal latency, so as the subtitles work for people. Giving the finger a rest today. I personally like the SW55 better than the RFB65. Yes. I just think it's more robust. I think it's better built. Not necessarily much difference in the reception, I don't think, but I'm sure Clint will fill you in on that. But my personal preference would be the SW55. It's not a satellite Murat, no. It's just it does AM, FM, SSB, so it covers all the shortwave bands. You're thinking of buying one, Rob? Well, you're going to need to do the caps in it for sure. 12 seconds latency. ICF 2010, yeah. Again, the ICF 2010 is in a class of its own, isn't it? Really, it is better than this, but you know, I still like the way that these are built. They're very robust, very nice radios, and I'm sure. Well, I know Clint's got a soft spot for this one. And if you've not seen Clint's video on this one, then pop on. There's a link in the description of this one if you haven't seen it yet. The RFB65 is more sensitive than the SW55. Yeah. I have worked on a couple, Clint, and I don't like the way that the batteries and that are all configured in them. It's not a great design, to be fair. So that's the only reason really that I prefer the SW55. Right, so let's get some finger inside me a minute. Let's get the old Bishop's finger on the go. Look, here he is. Because I need this for medicinal purposes. Yeah, I've got quite a few mods that I've been doing to them actually, and there's a chap that has been very helpful, Adele, who sells the kits on eBay. I'm sure you know him, Clint. I've done some mods to the 2001D, same thing really, it's just slightly different frequencies I think from the 2010. But, yeah, I've got a few more mods to do. Yeah, I've got different filters to put in it. I've already put different FM filters in, which are much improved. This FM is too wide on them really, so I've put new FM filters in. I've done all sorts of mods to it already, but I've got about another 3 mods to do on it so far. Yeah, totally agree. It's either from Kent or it's not. Kentish. Andrew, change the alternator in your Peugeot. Afternoon, Jess. How are you, mate? Thank you. I got the finger on the go. I have, Jess. There he is, look. Don't worry, Clint. I won't get absolutely hammered before I do your radio, so you're okay. I got work tomorrow, so the days of having a few pints on a Sunday are gone. Right, let's get that out of the way. Let's get it off the mat. So I've got a few things ready. I've got the service manual for this. So I do have an original copy of the SW55 service manual. The main reason for the board layout, I mean, the board layouts are absolutely amazing in these manuals. The voltages, etc. So all there. So if there's a track missing, I can see where the tracks go on the other side of the board. It's really, really good. So that may well come in very useful if we've got any board damage, which hopefully, touch wood, we haven't got any board damage. We do not want board damage. Other thing is I've got my power supply in. I don't know if you put your power supply in, Clint, but I've got my own power supply for one of these. I would have liked to plug it into the power supply really, but I haven't got the right size plug. Funny size plugs on these. It's a weird little thing. So let's plug her in then, shall we? And see what happens. Are we ready? Oh. So it's making a weird sort of, there's obviously a problem with the audio amp in it. Now it's just turned itself off, look. I don't know if you can hear that. In fact, it won't turn itself off now. Let's turn itself off. Right, it's kaput. Hi Sandra, how are you? So no, it's absolutely shot, that is. So I'm going to unplug it. Unplug that. I'm going to put my anti-static wristband, I'm going to plug that in there because I shall need that later when we get inside this thing. I don't want to be touching anything and zapping any components, so let's get that on ready. Yeah, it's I mean, another thing that happens with these, the audio amp can get damaged by the electrolyte leaking out of the capacitors. That's why really as soon as these start even slightly playing up, you need to get them done, because they'll just die. Okay, so it's a nice radio, as I say, it's in good nick. I might give the screen a bit of a polish for Clint as a little present. It looks like there's a bit of something come out of here. I don't know whether it's had something spilt on it on the bottom just here. It's like a whitish, so whether that again is some sort of stuff from the capacitors or maybe a battery in the past, I'm not sure. I mean, the battery compartment looks pretty good. Did have a look earlier, it's got the foam stuff missing, so we'll put some more of that on for Clint. There's a little bit of corrosion on there, but nothing too bad at all. So it should work fine on batteries. Yeah, it does look like there's a battery has leaked at some stage just in the corner there. I don't think you can see that, but yeah, we've got a bit of battery juice in there that's gone in. We've got a bit of corrosion on that screw there, so it has had a poorly battery in it at some stage. So let's whip the back off and have a look then. As I say, really nice little radios these. Nice and compact, but they're not too big. An ideal travel radio, I would say. So I'm going to use a Japanese screwdriver in it, because this is a Japanese radio. I just get the screws out. It got rained on a couple of times, Clint, did it? I don't know that they make a waterproof radio, do they really? I used to enjoy your sessions out in the woods, Clint, with your long wires and beverages, etc. Now, let's have a look here, because we've got to be careful with this. There's no screw under there. I think this top piece is clipped on. Just run my fingernail up through it. Yeah, there we go. That's got to come off this way to clear the sockets. Got a little buzzer in the back there. Let's just pop those off the bench out of the way. And we're in. Used to have a 200-meter wire in the woods a few years ago. It performed really well. A total pain in the ass, winding it all back in at the end of the night. Yeah. You can't really leave it out, Clint, can you? Because animals and birds and that could get caught in it, I suppose. Okay, so we've got the we're in sort of so far. Zoom in a bit closer, see if we can fill the screen up with it. So all the suspect caps are on the back of this board. Let's stick this on there a minute. Now I'm in there. Stick the old ESD strap on my left hand, which I don't use much. So anything untowards here so far? Yeah, so we've got a bit of corrosion around the battery terminals. So a bit of leakage. I wonder if we can get a microscope. I've got the microscope hooked up today, courtesy of Rich and the secret engineer and Rob. Let's see if we can get any microscope action going. Okay. Let's try and see if I can get it in the shot. I'm way too zoomed in. So we've got a bit of corrosion there. And also looking at the actual battery terminals. They're pretty murky. So we're going to have to get them in the vinegar, I think. So it looks like it's had a battery leak at some stage. Let's get that back out of the way. Let's get my eyes on then. So it's been a couple of years. How long? I'm trying to think how long the last one of these. How long ago I've done the last one is what I'm trying to say. So there's 3 boards on this thing, I think. 2 or 3. I think there's a screw in underneath this lot here, isn't there? But I know this has got to come off. Pretty sure there's a screw in underneath here somewhere. So let's unclip it and see what happens. And we've got rather precarious ribbon cables to contend with as well. So we have to be careful. Let's get the microscope back out of the way a minute. Get this light down. Okay, so we've got loads of aerial wires to pull off. Let's do that. Let's get you a bit closer so you can see what's going on. Ben, how you doing, mate? Good pictures from the microscope, was it? It's difficult to see this way. But once we get in on the capacitors, that's really what I want the microscope for. Sony very kindly marked these first, yellow, green. Looks like these have been off before, actually. Black and neutral. There we go. It's those off, so it should We cut now. So we've got some, let's get up this way. We've got the speaker wires, let's just pull that one. Nicely put on a connector. We need to get rid of this ribbon cable which is in underneath this board. Oops, come out anyway. That one in very tight. So really there's not much to do with this big piece here. Everything we need to look at is on this board here. This is the problem board. So let me have a look. Let's have a look, see if we got any nastiness around the audio section. Somebody has been in here. I don't know where you got this radio, Clint, but we have got a bit of a mixed bag in here. Somebody has been in and put some nastiness in here. I didn't think that we were supposed to have these capacitors in here. Look. Someone's been in and done a bit of a botchy on it. So these should all be SMD electrolytics like this one here. Should be all like this one, but what someone's done is they've stood up normal electrolytics on top. Any ideas, Clint? Is that something that Gonna get your radios out of my way, I know. As soon as I can get them up to you, Chris, I will. I've not really been up to doing any work this week. Come home from work and I'm absolutely knackered. Been in full time this week as well. So yes, unfortunately, someone's done a number on it. I mean, it's not bad, is it? I don't suppose. But I just wonder if there's any damage. It used to work though, Clint, did it? I mean, they've only done half a job. So it could be that we've got a problem with our audio IC there. Sounds like my neighbour's beating the hell out of his fence today for some reason. Always happens on a Sunday, doesn't it? Let's get some microscoping in and we'll have a look at this a bit closer. Let's flick the light on again. It's a bit cumbersome to me, the microscope. I'm not really got to grips with how it all works yet. I'm getting there. Camera's doing some weird stuff though. Yeah, camera's not particularly, it's a bit glitchy, isn't it? I might have to just unplug that and plug it back in again. What do you reckon? If there's a reset on this or not. Just unplug that. Just going to refresh the microscope. Okay. What I'll try and do is get it up a bit higher. So I'm just assing around with the microscope, trying to get a decent picture. Yeah, it's coming. So where am I? Am I on this one? I'm on that one. I'm on that one, okay. It's difficult to see because the light's not that bright. Yeah. Let's have a look anyway. So I've got another torch here. Let me see if I can just grab that one and add a bit of extra light into the situation. Yeah. So you can see, I don't know where I am. I'm over here somewhere, I think, am I? Yeah, so I'm over here. But yeah, basically all of the capacitors have been replaced, and that's the audio chip there. You can see this one. So it's got like a spot in it just there, almost like it's a heat mark. So it could be one of these caps failed again. We can see all the yellow stuff on the board here. This is all flux or electrolyte, one of it. I'm not sure. So I think what we need to do is we need to take these all off and start again. And they might not even be the right values. I mean, I have seen them done like that before. It's not great practice. Why would you do that when you can get them anyway, you know? Yeah, you did, Rob. Thank you very much. Neighbour needs to beat the hell out of whoever recapped it. I think it'll be okay. I think we need to check because it could well be that one of these tracks has gone. There's a lot of muck on the board. It doesn't look like there's a lot of damage to the board though. The problem is the electrolyte drops down through the wires and it can eat stuff away if it's not cleaned up properly. The other thing is if you look on the other side of the board, that's not been touched. That's all the original SMD electrolytics on this side of the board. So you know, this is the volume control, so none of these have been done. It's a very strange looking one there. I mean, that could be our problem. Looks like someone's grabbed it out and squeezed it. What's going on there? I don't know what's going on there. Let's just show you that in a minute. A bit further. Yeah, just underneath where my head is. See that 22? Now that's over in the volume control section. Let's get a bit more light on that. You can see it's sort of like been squashed. There's a blob of solder or something on it. There's definitely something not right with that. It looks like someone's had the pliers on it and squatted it in half. So that's not good. Camera's really glitchy today for some reason. Yeah. Not great. Just looking around the rest of it, I don't really see anything else leaking that I can see. Well, that's just wax there, that's not leakage. But yeah, strange, isn't it? They've done one side of the board. They beat the hell out of this side of the board and put all these normal electrolytics in. The problem you got with this is you don't know whether they've bridged across. It's difficult to tell. I've seen it done quite a lot. They haven't done a bad job of it, to be fair. I've seen a lot worse. So yeah, they've got to go. They've got to go. Take that thing off my head. Well, it's a bit unusual. I wasn't expecting to see that, to be fair. I was not expecting to see that. No worries. Catch you in a bit, Clint. Is that blue one domed? No. And the other thing is it's really easy to get these the wrong way round as well. I suspect we've probably got a problem with this this audio chip here. I expect. I think that's the audio chip. It could have been that ribbon cable not connecting properly even. Because literally that dropped out and you can see, I don't know if you can see, but I don't know if you can see that ribbon cable. If I sort of hold it, you can see it wasn't clamped on properly. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see if I can get my hand in underneath. Yeah, there you are. Can you see it's, yeah, there you are. Like you can see that it's not, it wasn't pushed in properly. So you can see there's like an angled fold across it. So this bottom end here was barely making contact. So yeah, it wasn't pushed in properly, so that could be part of the problem. Anyway, we need to get these off. Normally I'd very carefully use the hot air, but because we got whacking loads of solder on it, we can probably just walk these off, I expect. Walk them off. So let me get sort of set up central so you can see what I'm up to. And we'll walk some caps off. Tarek, how are you, mate? From Pakistan, welcome. This is a weird frame rate with Tambi for sure. It's definitely got a bit hot there. Are they a good or bad quality caps? Let's have a look what they are. They're bad. They're Chongs, to be fair, which are not great. They're rated at 105 degrees though, but they look like they're... Well, that was definitely Chong. And that was Chong because they've written on it. Yeah, they're all Chongs. Oh no, JWCO, some of them as well. JWCO and Chongs. And that one's an SE. So yeah, no, they're not great. I'm going to go in with a bit of braid first, I think, and just wick up some of the solder. Where are you? You need to be about there, don't you? Okay. Stop moving, Graham. So I'm going to lift the majority of the solder off. Yeah, see, it still smells fishy, so they haven't cleaned this board. Whew. Yeah, definitely still got electrolyte on it. They've used lead-free solder as well. It's a bit heroic of them, isn't it? I'm not even bothering looking at the orientation of these or their values because I've got all of that information anyway. That one wasn't even soldered down to the pad. These are easier to get off than the SMD electrolytics, that's for sure. I'm using this angled soldering iron tip. I do find it easier to get in with this. Okay, one thing on these you need to remember is that Sony hide capacitors away. Now there's a capacitor in underneath here. I believe this is a DC to DC converter, and it doesn't look like that one's been done, and that's one of the main ones that needs doing. So we need to take this shield off in order to get at that cap, and I bet that that one's gone. Let's take this last one here off a minute. This little bluey. Let's take bluey off. There's a lot of solder on that one. Right, this last one I'm going to take off with the hot air. There's nothing near that to burn. There's a little bit of this on the other side, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. I'm just going to put a bit of flux on it. Pop some fresh solder in there. Don't know why they didn't change this one. You can walk these off, you can twist them off, there's lots of things you can do. I'm just going to pop this off with the hot air. Come on. There we go. Oh, I don't think, was I in shot then? I don't think I was. Apologies for that, but it has gone. Sorry about that. I'll try better next time. Right, so that's all of them. We've got this little one down here, and that's very close to this plastic, but again, we'll get that one off with the hot air. That's this little one just down here. Can you see that one? Sort of hidden there, look. This one here. So we'll do the same, put a little bit of gump on it. Just reflow it with some leaded solder. There's a lot of plastic around this, so just going to unplug. I'm just going to go and get some foil tape to just cover up these plastic bits so as we don't melt them. Aston, how are you, mate? What's Aston saying? Lots of customers request normal caps instead of SMD as they don't suffer so badly in the future. Really? Oh, there's SMD tantalums going on this one. Aston. Tantalums or bust. So a bit of silver tape there. Aluminium tape. Yeah, the twist off test technique works. I mean, I could cut that one or twist that one off easily, but I'm not going to. So I'm just going to make a little heat shield around here. Stop it melting, and that little former there is also plastic, so we want to just put a little bit over that coil. Save that melting. And I'll also pop a little bit over that switch just in case I get a bit feisty with the air. There. All cocooned up now. So go back in with the air, hopefully. Hopefully you can see it. Oh, I still can't see it because I'm in the way, aren't I? How about that way round? Yeah, you can sort of see that. There we go. Gone. These boards do tend to suffer more than the others for some reason. Whether it's because it's more compact, I don't know. So we've got to get this heat shield off next, which is going to be fun, because this bit here just wants to jump back in all the time. Lots of weird bits of plastic and that stuck to that tape. I did think someone had been in there before when I saw the what's his name? Oh, it's just not going to go there, is it? Let's get a bit of Captain tape, just hold that down. I'll tell you what, it's blimmin' hot up here. Keep that away from there, that's all. Because I need to desolder this side of the heat shield. Let's do that with a bit of braid. Maybe we need something a bit more than the braid. Got to be a little bit careful here because there's a lot of SMD components knocking about. Come on. Right, let's get my eyes on. Yeah, cheers. You used to like the cone tips? Oh, cone tips, right, yeah, yeah. I do have conical tips. That's probably not the right soldering iron tip for the for the job, but I just used it because it was on there. Just pure laziness, really. That should come off. There we are. And there's our little cap hiding in there. Now I suspect that one is the one that's causing the problem. Okay, so this one's really close to this coil here. Very close. I could potentially get away with it, but I don't really want to heat that with the hot air because it might well melt the coil former and melt some wire off of that coil. The other thing is apart from my voice going, is the electrolyte can eat away at the electrolyte can eat away. What are you trying to say, Graham? So I'm going to just try and walk this one. Yeah, the electrolyte can eat away at the very fine wires inside that coil. There she goes. Ah, that was easy, wasn't it? Cool, and that one stinks. So yeah, that one's definitely been leaking. Right. That's all the ones off this side done. Well, not done, but taken off. I'll leave that bit of capstan tape on there for a minute. So now it's a case of cleaning all this lot up. Get rid of all the electrolyte. Whew. Hot. Just getting hot in here. Don, how you doing, mate? Just catching up on the chat. Let me go back a bit. Yeah, electrosound is not great, is it? My radio, Adele, I was just mentioning you. Adele, how are you, mate? A bit of solder between pins 2 and 3. Pin 1 doesn't look too flash either. Yeah, good call. I mean, it's normally good practice to take the IC out. There is a blob of solder in there. Definitely had some electrolyte damage on it. It's right underneath here as well, which isn't great. Oh, it's decided to blow out now. Like it. Come on. Focus. It's because I've got the camera in too close. Let's just zoom that back out a minute. Come on, camera. Come on, there he is. We're back. Yeah, so this IC has had been in the wars a little bit. One of the pins has got a bit of muck on it, and there is a little tiny bit of solder between 2 of the pins. It's not actually bridging it, but it's not far off. It's right in underneath all this lot, so all this has got to come out of the way to get at the back end of that chip. I have had these so bad before that I've had to change them. This one doesn't look too bad. It's definitely Yes, definitely. I think it's just flux on it though, but right. They've definitely caught it in time for it not to have damaged the board, I think. I think we're okay there. Don't think we've got any damage to the board. We might have damage to some of the wires, but you know, one problem I've had in the past as well is this chip here, this IC here. Underneath this one there is some wires, and the muck from this one leaking here can get in underneath this, and it does the wires. I had that on one that I did. Let's say this one isn't too bad. So start by wicking off this old old solder. I was going to say flux then. Let's stick a different tip on for that. Let's stick a normal tip on. I won't be lazy this time, we'll change it. God, I'll tell you what, it's making me sweat buckets, this blimmin' headband. See, my temperature's a bit higher than normal anyway. Whew. There you go. They do pop if you put too much heat on them, Timothy, yeah. RV, how you doing, mate? Said hello to you, Don, didn't I? Hello from Germany. Delta Echo 1 Charlie Tango Lima. Caitlin. Don spent most of the day working on a bush. Another switch bank, nice. Welcome back, Clint. Hi, Adele. Ben and Sandra, thank you for the tip. Yeah, of course it's repairable, Clint. Of course it is, mate. I suspect that cap there, 47 at 6 volts. Look, we can stick that on the ESR meter just to see what that actually measures. So this is the one that was in that DC to DC converter that whoever done the caps forgot to change. Let's see if we can read that one. Okay, yeah, it's got an ESR of 22, look, hang on. Let's just do that again where you can see it. It's got an ESR of 22.3, look. So that one's absolutely shot. The other ones that I did, what's this one? 220 at 4 volts, another one they left in for some reason. ESR is higher on these SMD caps, so don't be too misled by it, but 22 is way too high. So that one was okay, look. It's 220, but that's fine for one of these. And this little tiny one that I did, that's a 22 at 6 volts. So again, that one's too high as well. Actually, we can have a look at a couple of these Chong things here. So this is supposed to be 470. So it's reading 663, look. That's a Chong for you. Let's try another one. What's this one? Another 470. Oh. Reading 797. Theo, thank you very much, mate. Mince Pie Fund. So yeah, these are knackered. 510, that's the closest so far to a 470. So yeah, you get the drift. What are these here? This is 100 microfarads. Yeah. There's no way that a normal electrolytic should be 3.2 ohms, so they've all gone high. Very high. Kaput. Rubbish. Right, let's carry on what I was doing. Let's get all this old solder off of here. Actually, no, what I will do first, I'm just going to reflow all these because they've got lead free on them and I want to put leaded on. So I'm going to reflow all the pads. That'll also get rid of any nastiness left over. Yeah, it looks like it was leaded solder originally and someone's put unleaded on it. Poor. Absolutely honks. Yeah, so what Aston was saying about the tantalum caps is quite true. You mustn't dwell on them too long with a soldering iron because they can delaminate and they won't last very long. Right, so that's all fresh solder on them. So I'm just going to wick all that off now. I can still smell the electrolyte. Stinks. Just need to give this a good old dosing of isopropyl in a minute. So it looks, I think we got a number of issues on this one. I think firstly they haven't changed all the caps, well they should have changed them all. And secondly, I think, I can't remember how long Clint said he's had it now, but I think potentially the new caps have failed. Well, they have. The new caps have failed. So that'll give you an idea of the longevity of Chong caps. Look, Clint can let us know when he bought it. That would give us an idea of how those caps actually were. Because Clint's not worked on it. I don't think anybody else has worked on this one, have they, Clint? Och nodge, how you doing, John? Good to see you, mate. Come on. There we are. So all the pads cleaned up. I think I'm going to have a top up on my isopropyl for this one. Let's give it a good old soak in. Let it get down in all the wires. Electrosound off, is he? Cheers, catch you soon, Electrosound, and enjoy the catch up. Be a little bit careful with this that you don't knock any SMD components off. Again, I've had these with components knocked off of them already, which is always fun trying to find out what they are. Right, let's give it another dose in. It's getting around that IC as well. And that one. It's looking healthier already. Can find my paper wipes. Is there a date code on the chongs? No. Chong. Chong tong. I'll tell you what I didn't get the other day as well was some more air duster. Really could use it now. Right, let's have a quick look at it under the microscope. I'm going to have a look at it myself through the actual lenses, so yuck. I just want to see, make sure there's no damaged traces or anything, so... Where are we? So I'm going to be over here. Right, how well can you see that? No, wrong one. Yeah, you can sort of see it. It's not lit up great for you for some reason, but it's fine for me. So I'm looking really at the pads. You can see they look pretty good. That's the little one I took off with a soldering iron, with the hot air station. Still a bit of muck in there that I need to get rid of. It definitely looks like some electrolyte's gone down through that hole there, doesn't it? That doesn't look good, so I need to clean that up still. Pads are looking good there though. And those. It's okay, let's have a look at that IC. We've still got that lump of solder stuck in underneath there. Can you see that? See if I can get something to poke that out. That's gone in underneath, isn't it? There's me tweezers, excuse me. Ah, it's gone in under. Ah, yeah. So I need the I think that's come out. So I need the air duster, see? Let's get me rocket thing from Ben and Sandra. Give it a go with that. I definitely can't see it there anymore. I'll have to have a look in underneath it, but it looks good to me. Rest of the pads, there's a little bit of corrosion on that pad there. Look, well, they didn't change that. Oh, they did change that one, didn't they? There's a little bit of corrosion just on there. That's okay, it's not actually corrosion, just taking the solder mask off a little bit, that won't hurt. Pardon me, they look all right. Still a bit mucky in around this one. I need to give that one a bit of a better clean. Let's get a cotton bud. Better. Dwayne, how are you, Dwayne? So I think we're lucky with the board on this one. I don't think there's much. In the way of damage. I think that IC's okay. It's looking a lot better now I've cleaned it up. I think there was just a bit of muck in that on it before. There's that other one's in there, one that was a bit mucky still. Okay. Success, I think. Right, we can start thinking about sticking some more caps back in. Let me get all this stuff off my hands a minute first. FRG 7700 still going strong. That's a nice bit of kit, that, Clint. It caused me a lot of a headache, that, didn't it? That took me weeks and weeks to find out what was wrong with that. In the end, it was probably RAM on that memory board, wasn't it? Well, I must have spent months. And poor old Greg from, he's no longer on YouTube, helps out a hell of a lot with that. Done quite a few since as well, Clint. It's a popular radio, that. I do repair a lot of those. Well, I say a lot. I've probably done half a dozen now, but it's a lot, I suppose. Just makes you wonder how many of them are just chucked to one side, not working anymore. Right. Scalded tea bag. Well, certainly the board's looking a lot neater now, isn't it? A lot cleaner. Well, it's time to get the old SMD caps. Can't remember which way. I don't matter which way up it goes, really. So at the top here, I've got, these are all SMD electrolytics up here. So this is what should have been fitted originally. So, as I say, I can replace these. It is cheaper to use these. Tantalums are quite a bit more expensive. But down here we've got all the tantalums. I'll just pop up a couple. You know, these are much easier to fit as well. So your best bet if you want to do one of these is get a kit from our friend Adele, because you'll have every single one that you need in there. Plus, I think Adele does the ICs as well, don't you, Adele? You're still there? My camera's struggling to focus because it doesn't like this blue. It doesn't like the blue background, my camera, for some reason. But yeah, I believe Adele does these ICs as well, if one fails. So yeah, the idea is going to be then to put tantalums back in place of these. So I'm going to need to get my manual out, because I do not trust the ones that they put on. That's why I've just ripped them off and not worried about what they are. So let me see where we are. Yeah, so I've got the schematic here, which tells me pretty much which each of them are. So if we start with this little tiny one here, that is C18. Unfortunately, I've got to go hunting for C18 in another part of the manual. Microcomputer. So C18 is a 22 microfarad at 6.3 volts. So 22, 6.3 volts, there we go. It's one of those. Now, one thing to note with tantalums is the little stripe on there is actually the positive, not the negative. Or on the SMD electrolytics, it's the other way around. Just zoom you in a bit. So we're going to do this one here. So as I say, the little stripe on the tantalum is the positive. So that's going to sit on the board like that. Got shaky hands. There's me saying about shaky hands, and lo and behold, I've got shaky hands. And sticky tweezers. So I'm going to use my decent tweezers if I can find them. SMD tweezers, there they are. These are a little bit different because they've got like a flat piece on the end. It makes it a little bit easier to grip SMD components. So the idea on this is to pop a little tiny blob of solder on that pad, heat the pad and slide the capacitor into it. We don't want to be putting a lot of heat on these. I could do it under the microscope actually, might be easier for you to see what I'm up to if my hands aren't in the way of it. Let's try it. Let me try it. Where are we? So I need to move the board that way a little bit. To focus. Just prop something underneath the board to keep it up a little bit. Just to keep the glare off. I need to get some of those, one of those lights that you were mentioning, Rich, with the angle on them. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. There we are, that's our cap. It's a lot brighter here than it is on your screen for some reason. I don't know if I can adjust that on my end or not. I should be able to, but... So that. Color adjust, general. Color correction. There must be a brightness on it. Color adjust. Auto white balance. That's going to do a lot, is it? Oh. No, that's no good. Saturation, black stretch, white stretch. Saturation, color correction, no, don't need that. Hue, saturation, gamma, gain, lift. That'll do. That's a little bit better anyway, isn't it? Whew, I'll tell you what, I am a bit warm, to say the least. Right. Probably got the wrong tip for this again, but there we are. Let's pop a little bit of flux on. So I'm going to tin the positive. If I can find where I am on the microscope. There we go. So there should be enough flux on there to enable it to solder. That's me knocking the camera now. Get me little tweezers. Stick my head back in under. There we go, that's one side done. Getting to do the other side. Come on. Take your little monkey, there we are. And I'm gonna have to get some more isopropyl in. So there you are. Oh, I've moved it out, slightly out of shot on my typical. Plus it's glary now. There you are. But my isopropyl has run out. Well, Adrian Black knows all about him, does he? Yeah. Now this is where I always get isopropyl everywhere. Usually all over me, but I've not been too bad there. There we go. First one done. Loads more to go. Right, should do this one next. This one here. I need something to just prop the board up sort of a bit of an angle like that so you can see it a bit better. A little bit of timber. There we go. Pretty good picture of that. A little bit more blurred for you than it is for me, really. There's that. Gotta see Rolf's videos. Whew. It's getting a tad warm here. I've got the windows open as well, but there's no air. Absolutely no air whatsoever. Right, same again with this one then. Let's just flux the positive terminal. find out what that one is. I think that's a 470, that one. Could be a 220. It is C198. Somewhere I've got a photo of this. I think. Was it Aston? No, I don't think it was this one, Aston, was it? But Aston did send me a very nice photo of a board with all the sizes on it. Yeah, 470 at 10 volts. Let's make sure that I've got these in here. 47. Have I got a 470? Yes, I have. Whew. That was a bit worrying. Let's pop those other ones back where they were. That was a 22 at 6.3, wasn't it? That last one. So these are slightly different. These are black ones, but they're still tantalums. They might be tantalum polymer, these, I'm not sure, but they're just a different make, that's all. So again, the little stripe is the positive. Where do you need to be? You need to be just there. There you go. It's a bit better for you. Although I can't get in there with my soldering on, so I'm going to have to turn it around. It's going to have to come around this way. It's going to have to come around this way. There we go. There we are. That side done. Turn it around to get in the other side. Not got a lot of room in there. Oops. Let's pop a little bit of flux in. I just knocked my glasses off my head now. I should have put the other tip on, really. Easier to get in, but then... yeah, I can't really see. Yeah, there we go. Bit tough, that one, because that plastic thing is so close to it, but got there. It's in. I'm sort of cleaning up as I go because it just makes it a little bit easier at the end, really. There we go. 2 down. Now we've got 2 side by side now, these 2. Let's have a look what they are. $187 and $193. $100 microfarads and 100 microfarads, both at 6.3. So 100 at 6.3. Let's pop those back in there. I've got two sizes here. I've got that one or that one. I think the smaller one's going to be better there. Yeah, it's going to fit the trace a bit better. So let's use those. I'm doing one at a time, no point taking both out at the same time. So again, we just need to tin the pad. I'll do them both while I'm here. Jojo, welcome to the Rangers. Thanks for subscribing, Jojo. Another member. More the merrier. Thanks very much, Jojo. Glad you're enjoying it, mate, and welcome on board. Right, let's just tin these in. You don't need to muller them, you don't need a massive amount of solder on these. That's that one. We might as well slide the other one in while we're there. Let's put that soldering iron down before I burn myself. So I'm soldering left-handed now. Look, you've got to be ambidextrous for these jobs. That one. There we are. Two more done. It works best with two micro soldering irons. No, Jojo, I won't be using two. Difficult enough to use one and the tweezers. Right, we've got two more here. What are these two then? Try that one first, over by the IC. That is C186. It's 186 and 189, those two. I expect they're both hundreds as well, are they? 186 and 189. But then I'm not an expert at this. I've done a few actually. So C186 is 100 and 189 is 100, both at 6.3, so they're both exactly the same. So yeah, I think there's no like definite way of doing this. It's just whatever you're comfortable with and whatever suits you the best, really. So again, these are facing the opposite way, so don't get caught out with that. Thanks for subscribing, Peter Graff. Oh, nearly lost that one. Got him. Right, let's make sure we've got this the right way around. Actually, we'll do that one down there first, shall we? So yeah, so it's easier for me to use the tweezers in my right hand and the soldering iron with my left. See, messing about again. So I'm going to solder this end now because the other one's going to be in the way a little bit. There we are. That's that one. Let's dropped another one. There's that one gone to then. Tiny little specks of thing, aren't they? I can't see it now. There it is. There he is. Yeah, so the line end is the positive on these. So I'm changing hands again now. I'm doing left-handed tweezers now. Right-handed soldering iron. Okay, I'm going to need to turn it around to see the other side. Come on. That's too far up in the air. Oh! Like I say, I'm getting used to the microscope at the moment, so apologies. It will improve with time. There we go. So that's those 4 done. We got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still got another 6 to go, look. I will change tips though, because I think that tip is a little bit too big. I have got a much smaller tip, but really, unless you're doing the really small SMD stuff, you don't need that. Ow. Hello, Peter Graff. Well, thanks for subscribing, Peter. Right, where are we then? So we need to be down here, I think. Should we do those there? We'll do these in here first, I think. That's better. My eyepiece was screwed right up. I thought it was a weird view through the thing as well. Welcome to the Rangers, Chris. Right, let's put some flux down on the solder on these a minute. I'm going to hit all of these up while I've got the iron. Oh, all the positives, that is. Just save me a little bit of time. So I've just gone ahead and tinned all the positives. So we've got these two here. Let's find out what they are. As I say, I haven't gone by the original. Excuse me. Yeah, my voice is getting a bit huskier now. I haven't gone by the original one. So C199 and 192. 199 and 192. $199 470 at 10 volts. Let's get one of those out. And 192 was 100 at 6.3 again. Let's double check that was right. 192. Yeah, 100 at 6.3. I do try and keep up to stock on these caps because there's a lot of stuff uses them now. Stay there. Stay there, microscope. Just about there. Doesn't look very good for you, does it? Who's that? Oh, that's a bit better. So we're looking at this one next. Sony problems caps of the ICF-SW55. Yeah, this is I think all the Sonys had problems. I've done so many of these Sonys. I think it's just early SMD stuff, wasn't it? No, we're going to come up this way a little bit, I think, yeah. There we go. Is that a one? Same with this one. See, I'm still a fuss ass. Like, I've still got to get them straight, you know. I just can't have them not straight. I don't know, OCD in it. There we go, that's that one. Next up's going to be this one here. might do that little one first, actually. I might do the little one in the DC-DC converter first, that one there. That's because it's going to make it difficult once I've soldered that other one in to get at that one. Always good to have a plan, isn't it? So that is 236. I think that's a little 22, wasn't it? Yeah, oh, 47 at 6.3 volts. 47 at 6.3, I believe it was that one. Yeah, 47 at 6.3. Is that one going to be too big? It's a bit of a squeeze. Got a smaller one. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, 55, 77, 7200. I don't think I've done a 7200. I did, I've done a lot of Sonys that use these. Right, am I going to be able to get in here? Can I just touch that there? Will it just suck in? Roughly. Yeah, I need to get a different angle on that. Better. Is that one done? So the next one, see what that is. C195. That looks like another 470. Yeah, another 470 at 10. So remembering the stripe is the positive. So I need to move it all around again because I can't get my arm in to solder that. Should be lined up there, yeah, roughly. There we go. That's that one. Two left on this board anyway, on this part of the board, which are these two here. Do that bottom one first. Try and get a bit better focus for you. You need to be that way, don't you, to focus? Right, let's see what that one is. Sort of the cam wavering about everywhere. But that's the beauty of a microscope. You've only got to breathe and it moves. 246, C246. .47 6.3 volts. Again. So we need to go round to there. Got no flux on there. Bit tight to the pad, that one. Let's try that again. There she is. And the last one is this one. And what is this one? This one is C244. $220 at 4 volts. 220 at 4 volts. $220 at 10. 220 at 6.3 is about the closest I can get to that. Hi Keith, how are you, mate? Aaron's off. Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, so the old Sony, any of the Sony stuff from the 80s and 90s, was an issue? That's not particularly straight, Graham. That's even worse. Still not happy with it. Better. There we go. So let's move that out of the way. Careful not to tip everything on the floor. There we have it. That's that side of the board, which is the problem side of the board, all done. We've just got to clean up that flux. We'll put that shield back on, and that's that side done. How are we doing for tea? 4 o'clock. How are we doing for tea time even? Literally only got about 3 cotton buds left as well. Let's go on the hunt for Mrs. Cruncher's stash of cotton buds in a minute. If she's got any, and normally we share them. I usually buy some and tip half out into her little container for her makeup stuff, and I keep the other half for my electronics. Now, hopefully you'll agree that that's a much better job than those old electrolytics. They were pretty shocking. What do you think? Got flux all over my hands again. And hopefully you could see through the microscope as well. It's a little bit too close for you. I mean, when I look through the scope, it's nowhere near as close up as you're viewing it. So I still need to probably mess about with the camera side of it a little bit better, but I can't get the software to work for some reason. The software just will not allow me to zoom in and out, which it should do. Thanks, Matamble. Joe. So a lot of caps there, but I'm really chuffed that the board's not damaged, to be fair, because I really thought it would be. But we are in luck. Right, let's see if we can get these lovely things here back on. Shields. That's what I was trying to say. Let's get the old flux off of them. Hey, Christoph. It's a Sony SW55, Christoph. Nice little multi-band, multi-mode receiver. There we go. Let's pop a little bit of flux on that. I don't go too mad, just enough to make it flow. You don't have to use flux, but it does make for neater joints. Let's use some bigger solder for that. Just wondering whether I put that shield on the right way around that way. I think I have. Yeah, it is the right way around. Just thought it looked a bit close to the edge, that was all. Felix, good night to you from Indonesia. Oh, welcome. See, I'm not convinced that's on that. It just doesn't look right. I don't know whether that should be around the other way. Yeah. I might have to consult my my photos for that. So yeah, feeling a bit better, Christoph, but still not great. Not out of the woods yet, so to speak. I'm trying to think when I did the last one of these. Bosch SW55. Yeah, I think I've got that one around the wrong way on that side of the board. This one here I think should be the other way round. Okay, I'm just looking at one of these that I've still got to repair with loads of pads missing, and they've ripped the traces off. They've ripped the ribbon cable off with all the traces. It's a hell of a state. That one was done with normal electrolytics as well, I think. But oh, what a mess that is. Yes, that's definitely the other way up. Okay, so I've got this side on right, but this side's on the wrong way round. Not that it really matters, I don't suppose, but it's cut away for a reason, I think, to allow that cap to breathe. So we'll just pop that off again. In fact, I'll use a desoldering tool this time because it'll be a damn sight easier. So yeah, if anyone wants to see the other one, this, I don't know if you can remember this one. Let me do. This is a shocking one that I bought off of eBay from a German seller. Didn't pay a massive amount for it, but I mean, you can see there, look, there is no ribbon cables. There's all these jumper wires everywhere. So say this is the radio we're working on now. Well, let me go full screen. Don't matter. So yeah, this is the SW55. This is one that I have got. This is one of my own. No back stand from it, but yeah, look at the state of that. That should be one of those flat flex cables, one of those brownie coloured ones. Obviously someone's ripped it off and has decided to do this to the board. I mean, it's strangely enough, it didn't work. And this was the capsule, so, you know, I said this one's not the worst that I've seen by any means. This one was. So you can see that we've got caps stood up here, look. There's all the electrolytes still on the board and flux. There was lifted traces. Jammic on. Well, you can tell that someone hasn't bothered with it because they haven't used decent quality components. I mean, and this is it after I've taken them off. Look at the state of the board. You can see now that this chamfer is on this edge. This is why I know I've got this one in wrong. Pad gone, look. Totally missing pad on that one. Is a pad missing on that last one? Yeah, there's a pad missing there, look, as well. They just tinned this bit and joined it to that because they've ripped the pad off there. And that was it cleaned up, ready for redoing. You can see that a lot of this has been eaten away. Component missing from there, been ripped off, look. These have been got at. Look at the state of that, look. That's all been eaten away by the electrolyte. I mean, that one's probably not making connection at all. I expect that's completely eaten away, that leg. You can see the corrosion's got up and inside the IC there. So this is me replacing this pad and putting some solder mask either side. So that's a new pad there. New pad there. Look at the state of that. Dear, oh dear, you're not telling me that none of this is touching each other. Absolutely shocking. So yeah, look, there's a piece missing off the trace altogether there. Corrosion's got in underneath the solder mask. So I've had to put a new piece of wire across there. Solder mask it in. UV cure in. And it's me, that's all the wire taken off, look. That's all the pads cleaned back. I'm gonna have to do a much nicer job with some Kynar wire, which you can see it resting on underneath there. And that's the ribbon connector that they'd still left on, so they'd soldered to the back of that. It's shocking. That's a nicely cleaned up look, ready to go. Some missing traces there I've got to put back in. There's this massive great resistor. I really don't know what's going on there. And it's just me taking all the other caps off the other side. We've still got to do that with this one, but we're not going to do that one today. So there you go. That's a real shocker. Your hobby is a tron music, or like digital, computer generated music. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks so far, Christoph. Mrs. Cruncher's been 4 weeks in, mate, so. No, you can't, Matambly. I believe they're heat bonded onto the tracks, so you've literally got to use very fine wire. I haven't done it yet. I sort of got that far and put it to one side. But this is what's been ripped off, you see, and you can see how fine the traces are in this. So all of this piece here, that's been completely ripped off the board. And obviously all the other connections that are on the board have been ripped off as well, so not good. Anyway, let's get this turned round, this thingamajigger. That's got the worst of it off. Let's change tips. If I can find my tip changey thingy. Yeah, it might not be critical to get that the other way round, but better to do so, just in case it's shielding something. Will that come off now? Unlikely, isn't it? Don't want to come off now, does it? Typical. Come on. Does not want to go. What side's definitely gone? There we are. What a palaver. Get off. Get off. Should have put it on the right way round first time, Graham, shouldn't you? Yes. A lot of these shields, it doesn't seem to matter which way around you put them, but obviously this one's different. This is different. Let's turn it around that way. Right, let's just double check that I haven't damaged anything by prising it up. Haven't popped any components off. Oh, you little monkey. Get down there, thank you. Right, let's clean the solder off of that. Zoom you out a little bit, you can't see what's going on here, can you? Outlaw's turned up, oh no worry. Just won a load of 100 tubes on eBay, well done. It was a lot of a mess, wasn't it? Right, let's just stick this one back on. Come on, there we go. Right, let's try again. Yeah. That's all done, Clint. That's all your new capacitors. I've just put the can back on that top one there. But that's all of them done now. On that side of the board anyway. We've just got all of these to do next. Loads and loads and loads. I mean, we've got time to make a start on them, but we're not going to get them all done today. So I can undo that bit of capped on tape and just let that flop back so it doesn't get creased up. It's a lump of stuff there. Yeah, so say we can make a start on these down here. Thank you, Peter. Benji was in earlier, Theo. Uncle Benji was in. He's watching on his tablet today, so whether he can't leave comments or not, I don't know. He's normally got me on his telly. Right, now let's have a think here. We've got plastic right by all of those. 22. Yeah, these are much more difficult to get out with the hot air. So normally I would be doing the nasty on these and twisting them out, but these boards aren't the best. So I might do the old cutting them. What do you reckon? I could try walking them, but walking them can damage the board. So you can just about see where I am So I'm looking at this bottom one first. I'm just going to see if I can walk it, see how easy it is. So just heated up that pad and moved it. I'll just let it set. And I'm going to the other side. Now there's a lot of SMD stuff on this side as well. Let's walk it a bit further. So go back to the other side. And finally, there she blows. So that is a 22 at 6 volts. Because these are the original caps, I'm quite happy to change them for like now. Yeah, there we go. Look, I've lifted a blooming component off. I knew that would happen. I've lifted a little tiny resistor off. Yeah, little monkey, come here. And it is a microscopic one, this as well. That one there. Let's just finish cleaning this up and then I'll put it back on. That's going to be a bit tricky to get back on, I can tell you. That is a microscope job, so bear with me. I'm going to have to stick one back on with a microscope. Let's get these off my head. Right, just let me find it. Well, you can't see it very well because of the glare on the thing. If I could tip it up very slightly, could that help me? Yeah, there. It's actually too small for my other tweezers, so it's got to go in there. So I think I might have to try and do it with the hot air. Let's be careful with the airflow on this. No, come on, come on. No. Get over. Ah. Got him. Got the little monkey. That was fun. Not. Well, luckily that went back on okay, so we're good to go. Let's try and get you in focus. There you are. What a pain. Right, let's try again then. So 22 at 6 volts. Right, let's have a look at this one. Let's pop a little bit of flux on that now because there's no flux on it. So it's started to happen. I'm starting to lose tools now. I don't know where my other tweezers are gone. Was I really tidy and put them away? Unlikely, but problem with these is they got flux on them now. Gets off. Right. My soldering iron's had enough and turned itself off that. Okay, swap hands time again. So let's go left-handed soldering iron, right-handed tweezers. Yeah, got it. Doesn't look very shiny, that one. Must still be a bit of the old solder left in it. Okay, next. So we don't do any more component knockoffage. Right, see if this one's going to walk. You're not quite in the shot, are you? Right there. Yeah, so I'm trying to get this one off at the moment. Bit stubborn, that one. Side. Okay, it's moving a bit. I say I don't particularly like doing it this way. I'd much rather twist them off, to be fair, but can smell a fishy smell on here, so squidge a load of flux on there and re-tin those pads. Get rid of all the nastiness. Okay, that's that one. So might as well do the one right beside it as well, because they're both going to need to come off. So what was that one? That was a 47 at 6 volts. I'm going to use a smaller one because it's really close to that other one. And what's the other one? A 22 at 6. So I'll keep that one in the wrapping at the moment, so as I know which one's which. Tariq, welcome again. Battery maker, how you doing, Bill? Yeah, I'm still alive, mate. Thanks, Sandra. I'm sort of catching up with the chat, but so that's this way round, like that, right? I've gone and dug my wire pad out of the soldering iron as well. Use the soldering iron to ram that back in. Positive. That's that one done. See if we can get this next one off then. 22. Try the old walkie-walkie again. So I would use the hot air, but it's too close to this lovely Alps pot. Well, that side's lifted all together now, that's ideal. There we are, 22. Right, let's get you in shots, so we're about there. Let's see which way I need to go to focus you. There we are. You're in way too close on this camera. I really need to get to grips with the software on this camera. Software is non-existent, it just doesn't like it at all for some reason. So I need to experiment with the software. Just about there. About there. We are. Another 3 done. This one's going to be difficult. The hell's all that shouting? Yeah, so this cluster here with this bent one in it, you can see the bent one, can't you? That's going to be difficult to get to those. I can't get a soldering iron in. I think we're going to have to twist those, people. What do you think? Although I'm not sure about that 22. Looks like someone's had a go at that one before, which is a bit worrying. Can't get the hot air in because I've got that crystal. See the crystal right there at the back? You can't really see that, can you? Let's take you onto the other camera. See if I can get you in and show you a bit closer on here. So the issue we've got, let's just turn that light there off. Bring this one in a bit closer. Issue we've got here is you've got plastic filters here right next to these, and you've also got a crystal. If I put heat on that crystal, very often you can actually desolder the crystal inside, and that'll make it non-existent. So these two here I think are going to have to either be cut off or twisted off. I can't really get a soldering iron in, you see. Literally can't get a soldering iron in. I can on this side, but not really on that side. I have got a micro tip that will go in there, but the problem is it's not hot enough usually to melt it. I might give it a go on this first one. If I can get this first one out of the way, this one here, if I can get that out of the way, then I might be able to get, let's point with that. If I can get that one out of the way, I might be able to get in there and just snip that off with the side cutters, which is better probably than twisting it. And this one again is the same. We've got these 2 filters here right beside this one. So it makes it really difficult to get at. Bob Anderson, thank you very much, mate. Remove the filter so you've got space to work. The problem is you're talking about this area here, Christian, which is all SMD stuff all the way around the pins. So really, you don't really want to be touching it. So we're going to have to get nasty with it. Again, people get worried about doing this, but it doesn't hurt it really if you're careful. I'm going to put a little bit of flux down here. I could probably get away with a little bit of hot air and what am I trying to say? See, literally can't get in the back of that one with that tip on, not without burning it. I can't get that lemon tip back in there. There we go. So we're going to go with the micro soldering tip. I have to pump the heat up a little bit on this one because I don't know that it'll go in. I think I might even have a look at this on a microscope. Let's have a look, see. I need to move this way a little bit. So I'm trying to get in, see if it's got enough. I might be able to do it. Let's have a go. That's that one. Pad's okay. Can I get this one though? Oh, wow. Yes. Yes, how about that? Sorry if that's a little bit blurry for you, but it was good for me. It was good for me. So I've got them both lit. Whew. I think we need to pop another finger in. Or shall we go with the Abbott? I think I'm going to go with the Abbott. Let's see if the Abbott can help today. Good stuff. 5%, so not mental. I need sustenance. I need help from the bishop. Bishop and the Abbott. Yeah, I can measure the squish one. Oh, of course I can. So here we go then. Let's get the squished one. So it should be 22. So it's 9.7 ESR. Didn't like that, did it? So that was a 22. That was a squish one, wasn't it? Oh, hang on. Is that? No, it's the wrong one. No, the squish one is still on the board. Here we go. Here's the squished one then. It's like I was saying. 16 ohms ESR. What was the other one in front of it? 47. Ooh, didn't like that one, did it? Yeah, that one's had it. So you can see, no matter what these are, how good they look, they've all had it. Even the ones over this side, which people have, someone's obviously looked at these and thought, oh, they actually look all right, I'm not going to bother changing those. Well, they were wrong. Right, let me just get that microscope out of my face a minute. Let's get that back down. Let's give that a bit of a clean up. That was very tight though, trying to get those in, or trying to get them out without burning anything. I'm quite pleased that I managed to do that actually. I didn't think I'd be able to. I thought I'd have to use the old snippy snip method. Let's clean all the muck and old electrolyte from there. Give that a little squirt. A couple of wires in there. See if I can get it so you can sort of see it. Where's my camera? Yeah, there we are. So the top one was the 22, I believe. Where's my tweezers gone? Yeah, the top one was the 22. The bottom one was the 47. Yeah, 47 at 6. And the 22 at 6. No, there's not many more 47s because I've only got 2 left. Oh, hello, what's that? 47. Yeah, I've only got 2 of the smaller ones left. I'll have to shoehorn the bigger ones in. More tantalums required, people. Finger tracer. Yeah, we haven't done any veg this year, Sandra. We usually do it every year, but we've both been ill and the weather was bad. So unfortunately this year, it suffered. Right, these are miniature. Trying to get these in. So I'm not using the microscope. I'm going to do it with just my magnifying glasses on. I suppose in a way to show you don't need a microscope to do these. Does help, especially when you've got to do something like that little tiny resistor I had to pop back on the board. Right, 22. I'll tell you what, that is tight. Got it. So I think I need to take this one here off before I try and put the 47 on. Also another 22. Yeah, another 22. So remember 22. Clean this one up. It is, but it's enjoyable when you eat your own stuff, doesn't it? I mean, we usually do runner beans, but I think the problem is Mrs. Cruncher wasn't very well, and she's the runner bean queen, and she just couldn't do them, so it got to the stage where we'd left it too late to put them in. And that was that, really, unfortunately. Right, another 22. We're doing well. Oh, thanks, Rich. Yeah, any help we appreciate it, mate. Ivan, how are you, mate? No issues so far. I bet there's issues with the caps, Ivan. It might be working all right at the moment, but you really don't want to leave it too long before you do it because it will damage the board. That's for sure. Right, now we're going to do this one then, Graham. You need to be that way round, really. You can't see it, but I can, unfortunately. Yeah, very nice radios, these. As I say, I have got two of these myself. This one is owned by Clint. Here we are. Right, we've got Another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another 7 to do. I am getting a bit croaky, so I'm probably not going to do them all now. I'll do a few more. See how we get on. I'll do a few. Again, that one's got a plastic thing and a crystal right by it, so that's going to be difficult to get that one out by using hot air. I could twist it off, but these boards ain't as strong as some of the other ones. Although the fact that this, the wax on this side. The fact these haven't really leaked would make it a good candidate for twisting, really. So I'm just heating the pads and just lifting them up, but this one's not really playing ball. Don't know why. Let's use a bit more force. Again, you've really got to be careful because this is an easy way to lift pads if you don't know what you're up to. There she is. What was that? Another 47. There's a little tiny SMD resistor right by that. Right, another 47. 6.3. Thank you, Danish. Paul. Danish Paul. Thank you, Paul. Okay, that's that done. Another 22 in there, which looks very awkward to get to. That one's leaking because I can hear it fizzing as I'm soldering it. have a quick go on the Abbott a minute. Yeah, it looks like a little tiny coil there in the muck. But it is a coil, I can see the wires on it. Right, 22, 6.3. I must get round to doing a video on the 2001D modifications, because everybody's going to want to have them done. There's not many people doing them at the moment. Adele is. Seems most people doing them are in the States. I can't see if that one's flat or up in the air. It's flat. Okay, we've got a 4.7 at 35 volts by the looks of it. You're going to come... Ow. Yeah, he's going to come. So 4.7, 4.7, not 47. $47. 4.7. Thought I didn't have one then for a minute. Did I have? Cool. We're getting a bit shaky as well, people. Get a bit shaky. That was a bit of a shaker. A bit of a rest for a minute. Bit of a rest. You've been waiting patiently for you. Yeah, I know you're after one, Rob, aren't you? I will sort you out one, mate. A tall glass of ice water. Well, I think the Abbott's helping, you know. What else have we got then? We got two 22s and two 4.7s left. Let's do them. Let's do them. I'm going to get them done. And then next week we'll put it back together and see if it works. I think what I'll do for speed is I'm going to take a picture of them. There we go. I'm taking a little picture of them. So I'm going to blitz them all off now and put them on. And then next week we'll give it a bit of a... Oh no, what's that doing? Whee! I haven't forgot a DAC 90, Chris. Don't worry, mate. Please bear with me, Chris. I will get you sorted. You know that. Is a bishop's finger making me shake? No. I think it's the dreaded lurgy, Christoph. Or lack of it, mate. Lack of bishop's finger, maybe. Perhaps I need more finger. That could be the issue. You can't really see what I'm up to. Apologies for that. Let me just get the camera moved over this way a little bit. So I'm just doing this last little cluster here. Right, let's tin all these and clean them off. I'm just using the solder wick to just get the solder off the board. If it'll heat up, that is. There you go. Clean it all up, make sure there's nothing left on the board, no nastiness. Yeah, right, let's tin all the positives. Let's have a look at my pictures. Dash of ouzo. No, I like a bit of ouzo. The Dreadful 2001D. There's no dreadful about it. It's very, very nice. Very nice mods. There's all sorts of different mods you can do to those to improve it. And I've done sort of 50% of them to mine. Obviously, you can upgrade the LEDs on them. 2 22s and 2 4.7s. Yeah, you can upgrade the LEDs on them. What else can you do? The FM filters. The AM filter. There's some audio modifications you can do. So again, I have got those to do. And Adele very kindly sent me the bits to have a go with. So I've got enough to do my own 2001D. And then we'll see how we get on with that. If it's good, then I'll order a load of stuff in and we'll get the others done. So I've got about 4 2001Ds here for sale. When I get round to doing them all and making sure they're all okay. So that's a 22 there. This one's a 22. Got to be careful with these because they stick to your hands. So this one in here is a 22. That way round. It's not so bad with these, but the smaller SMD stuff, you get them stuck to your hands, it's a pain in the neck. And the other two are 4.7s. I think we have managed to fully recap Clint's radio in the live stream. How about that? Didn't think I was going to get that done. But that's enough work for now. I'll stay and have a chat with you, but we'll get a bit warm with that thing on my head. So there we are. That's the first section that we looked at. And that's the side I've just done. So a lot of caps. It's why it's expensive, because if you think some of these are like £2-3 quid each cap. Some of the bigger values, the smaller ones are cheaper, and you can get them cheaper, but you've got to buy them in bulk. So if I placed like a 500-600 quid order, I would get quite a nice little discount, but you know, you've got to outlay a lot of money and be doing a lot of this work and a big turnover to be able to do something like that, really. So yeah, there you are. If you're still watching, Clint, it is recapped. So on next Sunday's live stream, then we'll put it all back together, see if it still works, and put it through its paces. Yeah, I think I did yours, Rob, didn't I? Because there's a diode mod as well to stop your 2001D getting zapped by static when you've got an external aerial connected. There's a little modification that I found to improve medium wave and long wave DX reception on it by removing one of the inductors. Stumbled upon that one by accident. There is a lot of modifications you can do to improve them. What I've done to mine so far has definitely improved it. I've recapped it, and I say I've changed the FM filters to narrow them down a little bit, and it's tightened the FM up. Oh, it's like chalk and cheese. This really is a good modification, that. And it was just something I kept reading about all these people that have been changing filters but couldn't work out which ones they were using. So I just did a bit of an experiment with my own and managed to find a couple that fitted very well. Any capacitor testing for junkers? More relaxing to work on a radio than lay on the couch. Yeah. Yeah, 2001D was apparently very, very high up in the SPI stakes. I mean, it's a very sensitive radio, and Clint, I'm sure if any of you have watched Clint's channel will know the extensive testing Clint did, even against the SW55, and the 2001D still came out on top. You know, it's like every radio's got its like USP, you know, its unique selling point, what it does good. It's very rare you're ever going to get a radio that's the best at everything. So you've always got to sort of think, well, what do I need? What do I need this radio for? What do I need to do to it to make it how I want it, really? It's the wideband FM. It's wideband FM, Rich. It narrows it down a little bit. I believe it is. There's two filters that I put in it. anybody that's interested in modifications and that, you need to jump onto Groups IO to the because there's all sorts of other mods that you can do. I've done quite a few. I've done so many that I forgot what they are now. Groups IO. So let me take you into Groups IO and show you. Then you need to so Sony 2001D radio user group. So this is the 2001 or 2010 2010D. It's not the 2001 without the D on the end. This is for the 2001D. But I mean, if you look in the files section of this group, you know, there's sheets you can print for the stuff stuck on the back. There's SSB clarifier you can put in, frequency adjustments, circuit diagrams, a stand for the 2001D, data sheets for the FETs, audio modifications and super condenser for memory backup. So again, that's something that I do. I don't think it's overly necessary because I've never had a problem with it, but if you take the AA battery out, if you leave it out for very long, then you lose all your memories. So you can put a little super cap in there to keep your memories when you change your batteries or if the batteries run out. Battery door 3D modeler. I've got one that I've lost the battery door on, but I've not got a 3D printer, but I need a battery door made. So if any of you 3D printer people are about that want to make me up a couple battery doors for the 2001Ds, I've got quite a nice one but with no door. And you know, there's 69, there's 4 pages, there's 69 different things in here. Protective diodes, look. Control cleaning, disassembly advice and photos. Keyword filter mod instructions. So if you look at the keyword filter mod, where's that gone to? Well, let's scan it just to be sure. Find your downloads here. Manage files as they're done and open them when they're done. Well, where? Where? Oh, there, I suppose. There we go. Okay, so why is it black? God knows. Modifications for the airband. One of the problems with the airband is the steps are rubbish. It's not a great airband radio, so don't buy one of these thinking you're buying a fantastic airband radio, because you're not. You know, if you're fairly close to an airport, and you can get close to the frequency, but they're not great. I don't think they'll scan properly on the airband. There's all sorts of weird and wonderful things. The airband uses another part of the radio to work, so it's not great for airband. So there's a compendium of modifications there. Look. Filters, Murata metal and plastic case filters. There's loads and loads of stuff in here. So if you're interested in modifying it and doing bits and pieces to it, then you need to join this groups IO. If I go to home, let's copy that in. There you go. No worries, Ben. And I've dropped a little link in there for you, look. So if you're interested in modifying the 2001D or getting the most out of it, you know, there are people that will soup them right up. Adele is one. There's another chap over in the States that does them. As I say, I can do them to a certain point. LEDs always need doing on them. The LEDs are dull as hell. So you really need to upgrade your LEDs. You know, the emission fails on the diodes after a while. I don't think fully recapping a 2001D and D is going to get you any massive improvements. You know, they are of an age where they are going to need recapping. But it tends to be the caps in the audio stage that go. I've had a couple now where the caps have been bulging. But well worth a look if you're into the 2001D. And as I say, I have done some video footage of the modifications I've done to mine so far. I've got to fit the filter that Adele gave me and do his audio mod. And then I've got to do another one, bog standard, just recap it so it's like factory new, so I can do a comparison of the two. So you'll see a modified one against a non-modified one just to see what the difference is. It's all very well saying you've modified it, but if you can't remember what it was like before you modified it, you really you don't know whether it was worth doing or not, do you? So I mean, I've gone on nearly to 6 o'clock, which is my normal finish time. So I think I'm going to call it a day there. 10 minutes early, that. Oh, what am I like? So we've enjoyed that today, and if anyone's got one of these radios, hopefully it's helped you identify ways of recapping it. You don't need to use tantalums. You can use the SMD electrolytics again. The tantalums will last a little bit longer, but the main thing is to keep it all clean. So that is done. Next week we'll stick that back in the radio, put the radio back together, and see what happens with it. I need to have a quick word with Clint to see if he wants the LEDs done on it. If he doesn't, then we're good to go. And I can't remember the backup battery on this one. I'll have to have a quick look at not the battery, the super cap. So there you are, people. Should be back again next week, all else failing, and hopefully feel a little bit better again. Hopefully this week coming I shall be on the mend. So thanks very much for all the super chats and the tips and all your advice, and for joining me, and for all your good wishes for me not being well. And I'll catch you again soon. So, bye for now, people. If I can work out how to push all the buttons.